This being your second year as the point guard, how much ownership do you feel of this team?
I feel like I have a lot of ownership this year. Being what we've been through last year, telling the younger guys, even some of the older guys, some of the transfers, how we gonna play as a Buckeye. It's a way how we play, and we're gonna play fast, hard, and play together. So I'm gonna have that attention to detail to practice, and we're gonna show it on the floor.
How do you bring new teams together? Like you just mentioned transfers, and how do you bring everybody together?
It's chemistry. It's me going out my way to make that bond closer together, because the same bond on the court we need to have off the court. So having that great bond together, I feel like that can really help us on the court and make our goals come true.
Coming off a pretty good showing at the Big Ten and wanting to get back in the dance, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's automatic almost, right?
Yes, sir.
What will it take to do that?
It's going to take the small things. I feel like last year was a roller coaster. Coming off high and then go through a slow start, but I'm still going to have that back in my mind somewhere that I don't want to be. That's the ownership, the leadership. Being the captain this year is something that I don't want to go through no more. So me just hitting in the head day one, just letting the team know, the coach staff, the whole BuckeyeNation, that Ohio State basketball is going to be up and out.
You're back.
Yeah, we're back.
How are you different this year than you were last year? What have you worked on?
I really my long three ball, just the whole feel of the game. In the freshman year, it felt like going 100 miles per hour. Now everything starts slowing down. And my voice, I feel like my voice gonna be a big part for this team, for the young guy in the transfer, just to show them how we play basketball at Ohio State.
When did you notice things slowing down for you?
The Big Ten tournament.
Yeah.
So everything starts slowing down. Just really confident, just playing with an edge, just playing like I know how I could and how the team could. And I feel like this team this year could be really good this year.
How'd you see Roddy grow in that last month?
Me and Roddy really went through the same struggles, but just in different ways. He didn't play as much as I did, but we still found ups and downs. But we clicked at the very end. We know how much we understand how the Big Ten is now, understand how the schedule, how the whole season goes. But I feel like me and him get a good understanding to tell everybody how the season's gonna go, and I feel like that leadership will help the team out.
How much does that carry over to this year, the way you two ended it?
It carries a lot, because we know that we're capable of doing it at a very high level. I feel like if we start off well, like how we ended, I feel like we'll be in a good shape and make it to the dance.
We have way more guys to space the floor. Way more shooters outside. Guys collapse, kick out, shot. We also have big guards. They can do both. Space out, can play in the post.
You mentioned the good shooters. Jamison coming in is one of them.
Yeah, Jamison.
What is it like watching him struggle?
Yeah, it's pretty, man. It's hard. Dale too is a pretty good shooter.
Yeah.
He's a knockdown shooter. He created his own shot for sure.
Dale was telling me that Roddy's the best dunker on the team.
Yeah.
Really? You don't take issue with that?
You got it, yeah. I might pull up some stuff in the layup line, but that's about it, man. My dunking days are over. I used to be in love with dunking, but now it's like it's fun, but it's like it's more to it.
Yeah. Do you feel like Roddy's kind of at that point where he's about to break out?
I don't think Roddy got a choice,
Yeah.
Roddy, he got that balance. He be flying. So it's a gift. It's good for him.
In terms of like having a big year too, though, like do you feel like he's ready to make that jump the way he finished last year?
Oh yeah. Me, Bruce, and Roddy, we've talked about this a lot. Talk about this team being our team. Trying to impact with it every possible.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
The ownership of this team, how much of that do you feel coming into this year?
I would say having guys from last year, like Bruce and Roddy, knowing the struggles we went through last year. I feel like I don't really have to think about it too much, because I know I have two guys on my side that they do the same struggles and have the same goals.
How much did that carry? Like you came on towards the end of the year. How much does that boost you as you go over to the off season and into this year?
Definitely got my confidence going, and pretty much knowing what it takes to impact me.
What's a good number of minutes per game for you this year?
Man, I don't know, man. That's a question for hope. I'm looking for about 20 minutes, man. Just go do what I do for 20 minutes. I'll be good for me.
You mentioned other people shooting. How's your three coming?
Oh, it's looking good.
Yeah.
We about to see artwork.
Enjoying this?
So you giving up dunking for threes then?
Oh no, I'm still dunking for sure. I'm still trying to break the record.
So what if you can't get those 20 minutes? What will people see from you in that time?
Defensively, blocking shots, rebounding, energy, offensively, trying to tear the rim down, space it out, create for my team.
You got a mix of guys,
Also being
3 or 4 freshmen, 3 or 4 transfers.
Talking to some of your teammates about how much they love to play defense. What do you love about defense?
I think that's just my boy. So I love to see them looking, plays, wide open layup, get the ball smacked.
Where did you guys go this past week?
When we're just watching from the outside, watching it on TV or watching it in the arena or whatever, we see a shot gets blocked into the stands, and people are like, why didn't you just block that and play to a teammate?
I'm definitely working on this year. Bruce told me that a couple of times. I tell him when I'm in the game, man, I just, I got something else, man. I can't really reach. I'm just trying to take the ball out of the stands.
Yeah, it's not something you play, you just do it.
Yeah, it's control. This year, I definitely don't have. We'll be more control.
Being from Columbus, what does it mean for you to play for this team? I mean, you're gonna have to take it.
It affected me, and then, coming back this year, that's why I feel like there is a chip on my shoulder just to perform, better than I did last year. It's not to say I didn't have a good year, but I'll be the first to admit I didn't have the best year and didn't have the year I expected to, and that's why, I consider this 5th year as a luxury. Obviously I didn't really want to take the 5th year, but then when I weighed out all my options to talk to my family, talk to people close to me who I trusted, it's like, why not? To come back to college and hopefully experience the NCAA tournament. I think that was the biggest thing in March when I was sitting there thinking about, coming back to play. So it was just, like I said, there was adversity, but I think this year, you have stuff to prove, and a lot of guys on this roster have stuff to prove, but as a team collectively, we have stuff to prove, and I think that's what we're so excited about.
What point were you 100% then, and then what gives you confidence that this team can get you to the NCAA?
Yeah, I think I would probably say, midway through Big Ten play, I felt to get 100%, but I think it was just the rhythm that I wasn't getting in. It was hard for me to get into a rhythm consistently, especially with the back injury that happened, I think, Martin Luther King Day, I want to say. So it was a tough year injury-wise, but, if you look at it, I hadn't been injured too much, but, and I think this year you got a lot of guys, like I talked about with experiences that we have, the way the young guys, they finished the year off last year. And I think as an older guy, I can come in and bring knowledge and then bring good play to this team just because of what I've seen, regardless if it was an A-10 and then also being in the Big Ten already. I have that experience. I think that's something that, was talked about within the recruiting page, that I have the experience in the Big Ten and that can help us. So I think, you got young guys who are connected. You got older guys who are connected with the young guys. So I think it's a lot of stuff where the connectivity with this team and then the adversity that everyone has faced on their own and then everyone has faced as a team, it gives me a lot of hope just because, there's guys who've seen this league and there's guys who haven't seen this league, but those guys who have seen the league have preached what these young guys and what these guys who haven't seen are going to see. So I think, this team, sky's the limit really for this team, and I think we can make the tournament and we can make a deep run in it.
What have you seen from Ohio State since you've been here? Just maybe the experience and out of these guys. What have you seen, I suppose?
Yeah, I would say just the standard that you're held to here. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm being coached, and if I make a mistake and if I don't do things well, they're going to flat out tell me, hey, this is what you did, this is what you didn't do, and this is what you need to do. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, is that I'm being told what I need to do, and consistently, it's not on or off, it's not, when stuff is bad, when stuff is good, it's consistent. And I think with this team, I've seen a lot of hard work, everyone's in the gym extra hours, everyone's in the weight room extra hours, and then everyone here wants to get better, and everyone here wants to win. And if that's the common goal, and you want to win, you're going to do whatever it takes to win. And I think that's what this team has done so far, from the summer to now the fall, and the official practice starting here on Wednesday.
Have they talked about a role of 3, 4, interchangeable? Just what have they said to you about where they want to see you play, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's interchangeable, but we haven't talked too much about it just because we've done a lot of basic stuff in the summer, but I flipped from a 3, 4 to a 3. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm still taking in, the coaches are still taking in. So by game time in November, you'll have an answer to that.
Are you comfortable guarding a 6'10" guy if need be, or
yeah,
a bigger guy?
If need be, I think I am comfortable, and I think that whatever my role is here on this team, I'm going to do it to a T, and that's I just want to win. That's the end of the day. I came here to win, and I think everyone has that same common goal.
Hearing you talk about the fit at Ohio State, you may have already answered this, but why Ohio State for you?
Yeah, I think the first thing that stood out to me is within recruiting, you want to go where you're wanted. And from the first call I had with Coach Diebler and then talking to Holtman down in Minnesota, it was, you're wanted here. There's a fit for you. There's a position for you to play. Obviously losing guys like Bryce and losing guys like Justice Suman, you got big roles to fill. And I thought, coming in, I can fill those roles, and then understanding that also as a leader. This is your 5th year. You've been through it. You've been in the A-10. You've been in the Big Ten already. So understanding that, yes, this is my first year at Ohio State, but it's a place for me to blossom, and it's a place for me to get better, and it's a place for me to potentially achieve my goal of making the tournament and also playing at the next level.
What's that drive like, this being probably your last go around here in college, to make sure you reach all those goals?
Yeah, no, I think you're selling out to reach those goals, like you said, and I think that's the biggest thing for me, is that this is the last go around. It's year 5. Like I talked about earlier, it's a luxury to have this 5th year, especially with the COVID year. And I think when you look at my college experience, it hasn't been what I wanted it to be. But you take those things, you bottle them up, and you look at them and say, here's what I need to do now. This is your 5th year. This is your last year. So you're going to go all out. And you're going to do everything that's possible to achieve those goals.
Seeing them box every day.
Brutally honest, we're here to win. We're here to be finished top in the Big Ten. We're here to go far into the playoffs. So I feel like that's just the kind of goal that he wanted to set.
Awesome. Thank you, Roddy. Roddy, how much do you feel like the way you finished last season can springboard you to playing that level on a consistent basis this year?
I feel like there's no U-turns. You can't go back and be a lesser player than you was when you left off. So I feel like all I can really do is build on it. So we just stay in the gym every day, keep working on my craft. I feel like the best will take its time.
What do you think it was that clicked for you in that Big Ten tournament that allowed you to raise your game to that level?
I think what clicked for me was that we were desperate. I feel like we had really playing like we had nothing to lose. So I feel like I just played my hardest each possession, and that's just what never came out. So like I said, there's no U-turns. We can't go back and do worse. We can only build on what happened.
Is that nothing to lose mentality something you guys want to play with all year this year?
Absolutely. I feel like we need to play with that kind of attitude, that kind of aggression to be able to win, because this is a hard conference. In reality, we have every team in the Big Ten is a powerhouse, honestly, especially past few years where they've been really good. So I feel like we need to have that same attitude, that same effort.
Do you feel like you guys didn't have that for most of last year?
I wouldn't say we didn't have it, but you could tell by the way we played in the Big Ten tournament. It was just like a different edge we had to us. I think we need to keep that up.
Now that you have been here for a year, do you feel like you're stepping up as a leader?
Absolutely. Coaches really leaned on me in terms of being a leader, especially to the younger guys and some guys who wasn't here last year. So I feel like I really took a really big jump in that part.
Who are some of the other guys that you're seeing be leaders for this team right now?
Definitely Bruce. You see his voice and his energy kind of change the program around. Zed, Jamison, especially Jamison with his experience in the Big Ten, being able to lean on some of these guys and teach them the way.
I grew up watching.
What are you seeing from those freshmen who just came in?
These freshmen, they play hard. We went through a very hard summer, so I feel like them being able to work hard every day kind of made me be able to trust them and lean on them more. Being able we all went through the same thing, but I thought they'd definitely tap out. Honestly, we went through a really long summer, so it was a great experience for me to be able to see them push through.
What are the biggest lessons you can tell them from what you went through in your freshman year?
I can just tell them to be patient. You can't get everything in one day. You can't score 5 runs in one swing. So I feel like just don't go for the home run plays. Take your singles. That's just one thing I can tell them. Just trust the process.
Your last month, when you were in the starting lineup and you were playing, were you ready for that before then, or did it take 2/3 of the season for that to happen?
Great question. I feel like Coach felt I wasn't ready, so all I could really do is just prove to him that I'm a hard worker. So whenever Coach subbed me into the game, I could only just make an impact on winning each possession.
Do you expect to be in the starting lineup from now on then?
Whatever coach asks me.
How confident are you, not just based on last year, but just where you are right now? What is your confidence level like that you are, a Big Ten starting guard?
I feel like I'm pretty confident. There's no telling what the season holds. All I can really do is work hard.
Yeah,
what has Gayle brought to the backcourt? How does he complement what you and Bruce do?
I feel like Dale is a great guard, great defender, great knockdown shooter, and he also brings a sort of tempo to our offense. I feel like once Bruce gets tired, he's like another Bruce in my opinion. A guard who can get downhill, a guard who can defend, a guard who can make open shots. So I feel like he's a great pickup for the pro.
Aside from your hair, what's changed about you this offseason?
Besides my hair, I feel like just me being more of a leader, me being more vocal. Really wasn't much of that last year. That wasn't my role. So I feel like me being able to adapt in certain situations, I feel like I really took a strong turn.
How did some of the veterans last year help you develop as a leader so that you were ready for this year?
I think some people who really helped me change is the ice. Ice was kind of that really energetic, charismatic guy. Kind of took some things from him, just kind of being an everyday guy. I never seen Ice take a rep off. I always see him play his hard every single practice, so I feel like that really stick to me because if he could do it, I definitely can. I'm usually
What's it been like to have Jamison Battle and some of the other new additions in this program?
elite. Jamison Battle is elite. Having a guy who can knock down the shots he knocks down at any given time is very helpful, in my opinion. So, like, gaps are a lot open. You have Dale, elite defender, so I don't got to pick up all day. I don't got to pick up all game. You have some of our freshmen. You have Scotty, you have Devin.
I don't think I got
Taison.
to really think
I feel like there's just more bodies. So we can just go into our bench a little bit. Some of the starters
What are the three things you guys need to do to avoid a slow start like you had last year?
Good question. I think we need to basically, first and foremost, we need to fix our defensive efficiency rating. We did very poorly the last 2 years. I think we need to get a head start on that. We need to lock in on defense. We need to work on our team's best shots, but just no really early in the clock shots. And I feel like, lastly, I think we just need to compete. Honestly, we need to compete and be the tougher team.
When you look at the scoring that you guys lost from last year, how much of that are you putting on your shoulders to replace this year?
All I can really do is play my role. The coach wants me to score. I go out there, try my best to be the kind of player he wants me to be. But we did lose a lot of offense last year, but I think we gained it in defense this year. I feel like we would really take a turn in our defense this year.
You mentioned telling the freshmen to be patient. How difficult was that for you?
Extremely. Like, we have a bunch of guys where last year they may have been men, they may have been, Mr. Basketball, Mr. All-State, but like, you're kind of playing with 11 guys who was All-States in their respected states. So I feel like just trying to get for them to realize that, this is a process. It's not going to be easy. Like, every practice is going to be hard, every day is going to be hard. You just got to always stay the course. Be an everyday guy.
I know what you mean.
To Roddy about what he's telling the freshmen and basically just saying stay patient and don't get too worked up if you're not seeing the field, the court as much as you like. Are you prepared for that? How do you prepare for that?
I'm a work. I'm gonna try and fit in, wherever Coach Holman wants me. Obviously we have a lot of guards, but I'm just trying to fit in, find my role within the team. So.
I think you listed like as a combo guard in the recruiting sites. How comfortable are you running the point, playing two? What are you comfortable with?
I'm comfortable with both. I've been doing. In high school, I was mostly bringing the ball up, but I'm comfortable playing off the ball. Like I said earlier, whatever Coach Holman needs me to do, I'm gonna be there to do it. So.
What's your favorite thing about being a point?
Favorite thing about being a point guard. I'm gonna say getting people over shots, getting my teammates involved.
How much pride do you take in that? Like, 'cause that's a big role, and people maybe like overlook it. But how much pride do you take in that?
I take a lot. I think I'm a big I'm I'm a big person like celebrating other people's success. So that's getting my teammates going, getting people over the side. I think that would be that's pretty fun.
What are you expecting for yourself this year in terms of not just role, but like what are people going to see from you when you're out there?
I mean, I say as I came here, obviously to fit into what Coach Holtman has, but obviously reach my ultimate goal. So it's close. I feel like I can reach it, so I'm going to do everything in my power to try to reach it. So.
What are your expectations for this team? Like, how are things coming together for you guys right now?
I think it's been going good. We definitely have something special this year. I say, people might look at last year and try and project it on it this year, but I think it's going to be totally different. So I think we're in for a good year.
Does anybody do a good impersonation of Coach Holtman? I don't know if you want to get anybody in trouble.
No, I haven't seen anybody do it yet this year, but it'll probably happen sometime this year.
In terms of going up against
I would say it's
fully grown men like Felix and these kind of guys, and you'd see him once in a while at the high school level, a guy that could really challenge you, but to go against these guys in practice every day, what's that been like, I guess?
It's been great. I feel like going up against guys older and sometimes more stronger is great. Making you get better, work harder.
Which of the older fellas has kind of reached out to you to kind of take you under their wing, I guess?
I feel like just everybody just helps each other out. Like that's how close we are. We are a family. We all just give our input, help each other out, make each other better.
Okay.
Talking to Roddy Gayle about telling the freshmen to just be patient in terms of playing time. Like, are you prepared for that? And what do you think that's going to be like?
Yeah, I just feel like when my time is, come in, do what I need to do, help our team win, just be versatile and do what my coach needs me to do.
Did you see your role this year, 3-4 type of thing? Like, where are you expecting to be, offensively and defensively?
Defensively, I like 1, 2 through 5, just playing any position. Probably 3-4, just doing what they need me to do. Just versatile guys out there, doing what they need to do.
What are Buckeye fans going to see from you when you are out there?
Just versatile, just being tough, getting around the rim, rebounding, getting my teammates open, being happy for my teammates and for myself.
What is your best asset as an offensive player?
I would say my physicality.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was distracted.
I
thought he was answering for you.
We definitely said the same thing. But yeah, I just say my versatility and just being strong around the rim, just being tough.
Defensively, it's perhaps the same, right? Just that versatility and the strength around the rim?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite thing about defense?
Favorite thing about defense? Just probably getting like a full stop, shot clock goes off. That's probably like the best feeling, just the team just playing great defense, stopping another team, getting what they need to do.
What's it like playing with a shot blocker? You ever had one before?
How you doing, man? It's great actually. Someone might get past me right there block him, so I love it. To be honest with you, I used to have one. I used to have Sonny, go around there, but senior year I didn't have one, so it's great to have one. Dude.
Speaking of Sonny, what did you think about him on Saturday night?
Hey man, he's doing his thing, man. I'm super proud of him for sure. Yeah.
Did you see the fourth down play where he and Ransom stopped the guy? What was going through your mind on that? Your guys out there getting it done, or what?
Hey, I'm just happy, man. I'm always happy for my guys, man. Whoever, I'm just happy, they're doing good.
Just wondering, you're talking to Roddy, and he's saying he's telling the freshmen to remind them to be patient, as true freshmen, because you may not see as many minutes as you are accustomed to. Are you prepared for that, or is that something that you're not even thinking about right now?
I feel like every time you're on the team and you're a new guy to the team, you obviously have to be willing to sacrifice. I think every guy on this team is willing to sacrifice some minutes to win. So I'm willing to sacrifice anything to win games as an Ohio State Buckeye.
What are people going to see? What are Buckeye fans going to see from you when you are out there?
A competitive guy, a guy who wants to win and will do anything to win. I'm a dog, so I'll do anything to win at any cost.
What's your favorite thing about basketball?
really how competitive you can get in basketball. Like you can get competitive in basketball, but then after the game you can just calm down and it's just a luxury to have to be a normal person.
What's your favorite part about defense?
Improve on what I did last year.
Really the art of it. I think defense is the art. I think some people master it, and if you really like defense and you master it, it's really cool.
When did that become something that interested you?
I just want to be out here and show that.
I think my sophomore year, when I was at St. Pat's, my head coach, Coach Evanis, he was big on defense, so he always like make us pick up full court, make me guard guys, even if I didn't want to guard them, I couldn't guard them. So just having that competitive mindset every day, just not wanting guys to score on you.
How much pride do you take in that?
That's really me. That's my game.
Honestly,
I love defense, and I'm always going to love it. And I take full pride in it.
How do you work on your defense?
You can come in the gym and just do like, I feel like it's a more mobility thing.
Yeah.
So if you got good hips, I think you gotta really want to play defense to be good at defense. So if you really want to play defense, which I do, then you'll be good at defense.
I'm going to ask this respectfully. Are you an annoying teammate in practice in that regard, like with your defense?
Yes.
Yeah. So what kind of reaction do you get from teammates then when you're maybe a little bit too much?
People really look at me and they'll be like, "That's a foul, coach. That's a foul." Like,
So what are you expecting offensively then from your game this year? Like what, we know you can shoot, we know you can put it on the floor. Like what do you expect your role? Are you a 2 or are you a 3? Like what are you doing?
I feel like we're still learning. We're still like adjusting to each other's play styles on this team, so just learning from each other to figure out which role each guy's going to play.
How much are you looking forward to just getting everything started in terms of practice and finding your role and I guess maybe establishing yourself as somebody who needs to be on the floor?
I mean, that's everything to me, obviously, but I feel like all good things take time, so we're just taking it one day at a time and just trying to be consistent every day.
Just talking to some of your teammates and talking about your role in this offense, said you're like a second Bruce Thornton for them. Is that a compliment?
I take it as a compliment. Bruce is very talented. We have a lot of really talented players on this team, and that's a great compliment. Bruce is really good.
How do you go about building the camaraderie and just gelling together when every year new guys come in as veterans? How do you just make sure that you're all as one, basically?
I just try and come in and get to know the guys. I don't try and do anything different that they haven't been doing here. Coach Holman and my teammates just let me be myself. That's what you look forward to, going into a new place, and I just can't thank them enough for that.
Why was it Ohio State for you?
Family atmosphere, close to home, of course. Coach Holman, Coach Beebe, and the rest of the staff just allowed me to be myself. So I can't ask for anything else.
What are Buckeye fans going to see from you on the floor this year?
They're going to see somebody that's going to bring it every night, give it all I have, just a high energy guy on both ends of the floor.
How do you feel about defense? What's your favorite thing about defense?
I love playing defense. Whether that's guarding the best guard or just reading the offense and what they have going on. I just try and do whatever my teammates and my coaches need me to do. So whether that's playing defense or being aggressive on offense, just anything they need me to do. So I just try and be myself out there. Just try and bring high energy.
Thank you very much.